I've been told so many times that looks don't matter. People who focus on looks are shallow and, you should just be yourself. You shouldn't care what people think about your appearances. And I really did want to believe it. I really did want to believe that it doesn't really matter. You should be able to see people's personalities. You should see people for who they are on the inside and not judge them. And I would judge other people who would focus so much on, looking good and whatever. I was like, yeah, you're shallow. Who cares about that? I thought that by convincing myself that looks don't matter, I would be less of a shallow person like everybody else. In the real world, people are judged by the way that they're looked. I observe so many other people who have had great personalities, like I've gotten to know them, amazing personalities, but when they're interacting in like group dynamics, they're just treated as a lower human, like subhuman being. But the people who may have less of a personality or may be a little bit ruder or may just not be more pleasant to be around character wise, they seem to be higher up on the social hierarchy. I'm sure you've seen this plenty of times where the more attractive people in whatever environment, they seem to get more attention. They seem to have more value in whatever social dynamic they're in. And the people who may not look as good, even if they're very valuable, even if they have a lot of skills, maybe be charismatic or whatever it is, they have to put in a lot more effort to get the same amount of like social value or to be treated in the same way. Once I actually focused on the way that I appear to other people by changing the clothing that I was wearing, building more muscle and doing other things to improve my overall aesthetics, I started to realize that it is a complete game changer. Like my entire life, especially when it came to social dynamics, it took a complete 180. One of the bigger points of frustration for me at the time was I just wasn't getting the attraction that I wanted from women. Even if I would try to talk to them and like get to know them, whatever, they really wouldn't give me a chance. They'd kind of always put me in the friend zone. And me having the exact same personality, the same character traits, all of the things were the same, but I just changed my appearance. Those same girls treated me way differently. It wasn't even just girls, it was also the respect that I got from other guys. Like people would compliment me more, they would just go out of their way, being more warm towards me once I started fixing this area of my life. I know that for a lot of guys, like focusing on your looks, it seems like a very shallow thing. And it seems like, oh yeah, it shouldn't be important because people should value you on the merit of who you are on the inside. And while that probably is true in an idealistic world, in reality though, that's just not the way people evaluate other people. And you know this for yourself. I don't even have to tell you, you probably have plenty of examples you can reference from your memory where this is true. For a while though, you've probably just been lying to yourself to convince yourself that things are otherwise. At least that was the case for me. And while I'm certainly not trying to advocate that looks are the only thing that matters and like this is the most important thing ever, it still is important and it still is a big factor, even if it's not the most important thing. Because if you're in social dynamics or you're just trying to have confidence, but especially for social dynamics, whether you're trying to get more friends, whether you're trying to be just increase your social status, get more attraction from girls, whatever it is as it relates to people, your time doing that will be so much better if you just do things to make yourself more attractive. It'll help you attract more members of the opposite sex. It'll help you to get more respect from other people. You'll be able to land a higher amount of jobs if, like on a comparison, like they did studies about this where people who are perceived to be more attractive, they are more likely to get accepted into a job, like a career position, rather than a person who like pretty much has the same credentials, but they just don't look as attractive. Yes, of course, it sounds shallow, but on a very practical standpoint, in the real world, it has a lot of benefits that a lot of people just don't realize because they haven't gotten to this level. For a while, I was stuck at such a low level, and I thought that, hey, all of these like attractive people, they're all shallow and whatnot. I would kind of cope to myself and just kind of villainize the people who over focused on like looks or whatever. Oh yeah, they're shallow, or, the right person will see me for me and like they won't care about looks or whatever. But at least for me personally, rather than trying to change human behavior and the way that human psychology works and all of that stuff, it's probably better just to accept reality for what it is and instead use that to your advantage. You can take advantage of this by choosing to work out and build more muscle, to build a physique that is more desirable. You can do things to fix your posture. You can do things, whether it's changing your hairstyle or, doing more cardio so you get more leaned out. You can do things like eat more food or like eat more whole food. So like if you have like acne, like skin problems, a lot of people, once they like switch to whole foods, that becomes less of a problem for them. There's so many different things that you can do to improve your appearance, and the way that people treat you, the confidence levels that you'll have, the opportunities that are available to you will begin to expand literally just by improving this area of your life. I was stuck at a lower position because I thought to myself, hey, I'm not going to really focus on my looks because, it's all shallow. It doesn't really matter. But looking back, that was a time where I really didn't like myself. I didn't really enjoy my life. I really did lack confidence, and it was because in a lot of social dynamics, again, people would tease me, they'd make fun of me, and a lot of it was just based because of how I looked. I make videos like this because I know that there are guys out there who are like me, who are in the situation where they're kind of lower on the social hierarchy, and they want to increase their level. They want to get more respect. They want to get more attraction from women. They want to have more confidence in themselves. But because they have this belief that looks don't matter, it's stopping them from getting to a higher level. Because the truth is, you can have an amazing personality, you can have these amazing character traits and like all of these good things about you on the inside. But if you're not able to get someone to see who you are on the inside just because of what they see on the outside, you're really holding yourself back. It's like judging a book by its cover. Like a lot of people say, don't judge a book by its cover. And it's partially true, but the truth is people do judge books by their cover. And like, that's just part of reality. You can either understand that and use it to your advantage, make the book, which is you, more attractive, or you can ignore it and just be upset why people don't want to read your book, which is you. The sooner you can just accept reality for what it is and take action to improve yourself, the better your life will be overall. At least that's been the case for me.